Saturday, September 23rd was the opening day of the Massena Model Train Show, so I decided I'd make the drive to go and check it out and maybe try seeing some full-size trains too. I arrived at the yard at 9:15 and it was silent. 2 Canadian National GEs and some CSX powers sat in the yard after arriving a few days prior. I arrived this early into Massena because I was hoping to get some rail fanning in before the show, but CSX decided not to run M621 today for whatever reason, which was the only train I was expecting. Thankfully, I was able to get my share of rail fanning in after the show. The doors opened at 10 a.m. and I entered not long after. I wasn't expecting a very large show as Massena kinda sits far away from any really big populated areas, but I was pleasantly surprised when I walked in to see the amount of space taken up by little trains. I spent most of the day on the Adirondack and Lake Champlain Club layout and was even able to participate in some operations. And after 7 hours spent at the show, it was finally time to get outside to the real stuff. I parked on Depot Road by the north end of the Massena yard. Right by the Main Street Massena crossing stands this switch position indicator. While it looks similar to typical railroad signals, being able to showcase a red, yellow, and green light, it is not the same. The light is only used to show the status of the switch it is guarding. A green, meaning the switch is normal, yellow indicating the switch is reversed, and a red lets the engineer know that the switch isn't aligned and locked. So I guess a similarity between these and regular signals is that a train probably doesn't want to pass through a red light. Along with the regular power, sitting in the yard this evening was CSX Unit 911 dressed up in the Honoring Our First Responders livery. With how it was positioned in front of some rail cars, I was hoping it would be leading one of the night's trains up north, but unfortunately it never left the yard this evening. It wasn't long, however, until I did see my first bit of action. Alright, so I'm now on my way to meet up with Harrison from North Country Trains. Over the scanner I heard of CSX 622 coming down the line up into Massena. So heading down to the Browse Road Railroad Crossing where I'm going to meet up with Harrison and we're going to both get a shot of it there. I arrived at Browse Road moments before M622 and was able to get a decent shot in the evening light. We bolted up to the Main Street crossing again, and in a minute, 622's power could be seen rolling north after dropping his train in the yard. The pair pulled into a parking spot right in front of the yard offices and tied down for the night. Now it was time for the crew to hop aboard 911 to get that pair out of the way as well. Unfortunately, he didn't have to pull up to the crossing like the previous set.
Unfortunate shot block by the 48.
Two more. Last one.
Finally, the CN duo came out of storage as they would be in charge of tonight's LO-34.
One more down one.
Yeah, because you got about 3 cameras rolling at you. You better do it.
DTMF controlled switch at milepost 160-811 in reverse position and locked.
Clear right, clear back 20 line remain. Back up east.
After backing down to pick up the rest of the train, we headed to the other side of the tracks to make a potential chase easier so we didn't get stopped by them at the crossing. And after 20 minutes, he popped back out of the yard. As far as we knew, he was only needing to drop a few cars, and then he should be able to head out, so he pulled past the crossing to clear the switch. and after aligning the switch, he backed down into the yard once again. This would be the last time I saw him tonight. One thing I did see, however, is this rebellious Canadian goose ignoring all trespassing signs and walking out onto an active rail line without a care. When rail fanning, don't be like this goose. Stand away from the tracks. Well, as you can see, it is now dark enough so I won't be able to get a good shot, and the train is still switching where I can't see it, so I am now going to call it a night. Thank you all for watching, I'll see you next time. Bye.